I just want you to tell me what you think put Diane in Haha House.
Well, I'm not a doctor, and even if I were, I couldn't discuss.
For years, Cheers was the picture of perfect television, a friendly bar, unforgettable characters, and non-stop laughs. But behind the scenes, it wasn't all smiles. Now at 70, Kelsey Grammer is finally revealing the truth, and it's more shocking than anyone expected. Grammer's story is filled with grief, addiction, and backstage power struggles. He claims a fellow cast member even tried to get him fired, and one beloved star died during filming. These weren't just rumors. They were painful realities hidden behind the show's success. So why is he speaking now? What secrets were kept from fans for so long? And how did Cheers nearly fall apart at the height of its fame? What Grammer has to say will change how you see one of TV's most iconic sitcoms forever. When Cheers first aired in 1982, it wasn't a hit. It was a disaster. Out of 100 primetime shows, it ranked a dismal 77th. Most networks would have pulled the plug right there. But NBC saw something special: sharp writing, a unique one-room setting, and characters with real chemistry. So they gave it another shot, and that gamble changed television history. The show's premise was simple: a bar in Boston where locals gathered to drink, argue, and feel seen. At its heart was Sam Malone, the charming ex-ball player bartender, and Diane Chambers, the brainy waitress who clashed with everyone, especially Sam. Their tension powered the show's early seasons, supported by a vibrant cast: Coach, Carla, Norm, and Cliff, each unforgettable in their own way. But behind all that laughter, stress was building. Writers were under pressure, cast members were clashing, and some brought private pain to work every day. When Kelsey Grammer arrived in Season 3 as Frasier Crane, he added new energy and a new layer of tension. Fans embraced him, but not everyone on set did. Now, decades later, Grammer is sharing what it really cost to make Cheers look effortless. When Kelsey Grammer joined Cheers in 1984, the audience loved him, but he was quietly falling apart. Just years earlier, his younger sister had been murdered, a trauma he never fully processed. Grammer admits he walked onto set every day with a smile, but left each night haunted by grief. Acting became his escape, but inside, he was unraveling. To cope, he turned to alcohol. At first, it was casual, just a drink after work. But soon it became a crutch, a constant companion. He showed up to rehearsals hungover, sometimes still intoxicated. In 1990, he was arrested for DUI and drug possession, a public crack in the illusion that Cheers was all laughs behind the scenes. Privately, the producers gave him a warning: get help or get out. The tension didn't stop there. Grammer claims Shelley Long, who played Diane, wasn't happy with how fast Frasier was rising in popularity. He believes she pushed behind the scenes to have him written off. Long has denied this, but Grammer insists he felt like an outsider. "I was made to feel like I didn't belong," he writes. And for years, he carried that silent weight, while making the world laugh. Frasier Crane was never meant to last. He was introduced as a plot device, Diane's new boyfriend, meant to shake things up between her and Sam. But Kelsey Grammer brought something unexpected. Frasier wasn't just a snob, he was strangely relatable. Awkward, overly intellectual, and desperate to fit in, he became the perfect outsider in a bar full of everyday people. Audiences took notice. Frasier's scenes popped in focus groups, and fan mail poured in. What was supposed to be a short stint quickly turned into a long-term role. But not everyone on set was thrilled. Grammer says the cast's original chemistry was thrown off, and Shelley Long, in particular, reportedly saw his presence as a threat to the show's balance. Producers deny she tried to have him removed, but Grammer felt the pressure. He says he was treated like an intruder in a show that had already found its rhythm. Yet, ironically, that tension helped fuel the character. Frasier's constant attempts to belong, his failures, his overcompensation, became comedy gold. And without meaning to, Grammer was building something much bigger than anyone had planned. Ernie Coach Pantusso wasn't just a character. He was the heart of Cheers. Played by Nicholas Colasanto, Coach brought warmth, loyalty, and a quiet gentleness to the chaos of the bar. Off-screen, Colasanto was much the same, kind, humble, and deeply respected. But behind his smile, he was fighting a serious health battle that few on set fully understood. Colasanto had long struggled with heart disease. During season 3, his condition worsened. He began missing episodes and needed oxygen offstage. Then, in 1985, tragedy struck. He passed away from a heart attack. The cast was devastated. Recasting the role felt wrong. Instead, the producers made a bold choice. They let Coach go, honoring Colasanto's presence with quiet reverence. His memory lived on not just in the scripts, but on the set. A photo of Geronimo, which Colasanto kept in his dressing room, was hung behind the bar and remained visible in scenes for the rest of the series. When Woody Harrelson joined the cast as a new character, he didn't replace Coach. He brought a fresh energy, allowing the show to heal while preserving the legacy of a man who made Cheers feel real. Cheers may have looked effortless, but the people behind it were carrying real pain. Kelsey Grammer was battling addiction. Others were mourning, burned out, or quietly struggling with fame's pressure. The sitcom's laughter masked the exhaustion of live tapings, last-minute rewrites, and media appearances that left no room for personal breakdowns. Grammer now calls Cheers both a lifeline and a burden. It gave him structure, purpose, and a role that defined his career. But it also let him hide. As long as the show was a success, no one asked too many questions. He says the silence on set mirrored his own. Everyone smiling on the outside, everyone hurting underneath. Looking back, Grammer's honesty offers more than just behind-the-scenes drama. It reveals the emotional toll of fame, the cost of survival in the spotlight, and how even the brightest moments can be built on darkness. So the next time you revisit Cheers, remember, it wasn't just a sitcom, it was a show about holding it together when you're falling apart.